Today we are going to be talking about something called numerical expression. The first thing I'm going to show you is the definition of numerical expression. So this would be something that would be that you need to write in your math journal because you need to have this definition with you. So first of all, a numerical expression is a mathematical phrase that has numbers and operation signs but does not have an equal sign. So pause the video and make sure that you write down this definition. Okay, so if you have your definition written down, then we're ready to move on to the next step, which is what can we use, or what operation signs can we show with a numerical expression? Numerical expression can be used for addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. However, we can use more than one of these things in one numerical expression. But for example, we are going to start looking at numerical expressions using addition. So I'm going to show you a word problem. This first word problem says Braden caught 15 small bass and his dad caught 12 small bass in the Memorial Bass Tourney in Pennsylvania. Write a numerical expression to represent how many fish they caught in all. Now, I think it's important to be looking for clue words when we are doing numerical expressions because that's what's going to show us what operation sign we are going to use. So, for example, Braden caught 15 small bass and his dad caught 12. They want us to find how many fish they caught in all. So if we're finding how many fish they caught in all, you would use addition to represent this word problem. So we have 15 plus 12. Remember, the 15 represents the small bass, 15 small bass. We're going to use our plus sign, and then we're going to show that there are 12 small bass that we're adding on. Now remember, with numerical expressions, we are not going to show the actual sum. So we're not going to have an equal sign and we're not going to show the answer. We're simply showing what this problem, we're showing the mathematical phrase that is in this problem, this word problem. So that's addition. Let's move on to the next one. So 15 plus 12 represents how many fish they caught in all. Next is subtraction. So here's our next word problem. Samantha has 128 stamps. She uses 38 stamps on party invitations. So we're supposed to use a numerical expression to show what's happening in this word problem. So first of all, I want to look and I want to at my numbers. I have 128 stamps, or Samantha has 128 stamps. She uses 38 stamps. Now my clue word in this word problem is uses. If you use something, that means it's going away. And if something's going away or it's being taken away, that means I'm going to use subtraction. So when I write a numerical expression, I'm going to say 128 minus 38. So that's a numerical expression showing subtraction. Next would be multiplication. Avery buys 5 books. Each book costs $3. So again, I'm going to find my numbers. I have a 5 and I have a 3. If each of these 5 books costs $3, the best way to show that with a numerical expression is to say 5 times 3. Now remember, this is showing multiplication, but we are not finding the product. We are only showing the numerical expression, which is 5 times 3. Last but not least, we also have division. So here's my word problem. 4 players share 52 cards equally. So if I have 4 players and I have 52 cards and they want to share them, key word right there, equally. If I'm sharing something equally, that means I'm going to be dividing. So again, pay close attention to the wording that's being used. So, based on the words, I can know that I'm going to do 52 divided by 4. 52 cards equally divided between 4 players. All right, well, it doesn't end there. The next thing that we can do is we can actually use multiple operation signs in one word problem. So here's my next problem that I need you guys to think about. Landon went fishing for 3 days. Each day he put $15 in his pocket. At the end of each day he had $5 left. How much money did Landon spend by the end of the trip? Now I'm going to section off the part that talks about each day really quickly. I'm going to put that in parentheses because each day, so every day he had $15. He started off with $15. Well, then he only had $5 left at the end of the day. So in one day, I can use this expression to show or to figure out how much he had or how much he spent at the end of each day. However, this is for one day. I need to know how much money Landon spent by the end of the trip. So the way I'm going to represent that is I'm going to have to then multiply 3 times 15 minus 5. So again, 15 minus 5 shows me how much he spent a day, and then I'm going to multiply that answer by 3 to be able to figure out what he spent over the course of the whole trip. All right, let's look at one more together, and then I have some problems for you to practice on your own. Janae had 18 worms. She gave 4 worms to Rachel and 3 worms to Jayla. Find the expression that matches the words. So, again, I'm going to find my numbers. I have 18 worms, or Janae had 18 worms. She gave away 4 and 3. Now, if I'm giving something away, that means it's being taken away. So I know I'm going to be using subtraction here. But let me just section this part off really quickly. She's giving away 4 and 3. Do you see this and right here? That's showing addition. So I'm going to be using not only subtraction, but also addition. So the first thing that I'm going to show is that I have 18 worms, or Janae had 18 worms. She gives away 4 and 3 worms. The way I'm going to represent this is I'm going to say 18 minus 4 plus 3. So 4 plus 3, I'm adding those together because both numbers are going to be subtracted from 18 anyways. So because both are going to be subtracted from 18, they are added together before they're subtracted. So instead of saying 18 minus 4 and 18 minus 3, I'm going to do 4 plus 3 and then subtract that number from 18. But again, not finding the actual answer. That is just for numerical expression. We are only showing this part of it, no equal signs. All right, now I want you to pause the video and I want you to try to solve these on your own in your math journal. All right, so hopefully you solved these 3 problems, not solved them by finding the answer, but solved them by showing the numerical equation, or the numerical expression, I mean. And now I would like for you to complete your whisks in your math journal. So remember that's watch, summarize, question, and bring those to class tomorrow so that we can discuss.